I gotta say, guys, I'm disappointed. I know I just said the other day we can't be worried about style points, but when you're on the front end of a back-to-back, you lead by 22 in the first half. You get up by 20 plus in the second half, and you can't take the starters out till the 2:30 mark of the fourth quarter. That's a little disappointing.
An impressive performance by Harden, 31 points, 26 from Kawhi Leonard, and 21 from Jordan Miller. They led by 16 out the gate, and it's not closer than 9. The Clippers with an impressive victory over Brooklyn to improve to 8-2 in their last 10 games. Final score, 121-105. As we'll see who will get on the headset down on the courtside mic. Clippers with a big-time win over the Brooklyn Nets. An impressive shooting performance by this team as they get 59% from the field. An impressive shooting performance from three as well, 58% from the three-point line. 14 for 24. Looks like we're going to get Kobe Sanders again on the headset. Cooper Druzanowski is looking for it, and he's got it. Cooper going to hand the stick mic to Kobe.
What up, baby?
Kobe!
How you doing?
You like the stick mic?
It's new. It's definitely been through a little bit, but I like it.
All right. You guys come away with another win today. An impressive performance. A great start to this game. Up 18-2. What was the mindset coming in? How did you guys execute the game plan tonight?
You know, we didn't like how the last one ended, and we just wanted to come out and punch first. So we came out strong, and the starters did a good job of setting the pace, and we were able to run from there.
You got your teammates involved today. 4 assists for you. Is that a part of a game you're trying to grow? I mean, that matches a career high this season.
I think it's a part of my game that I've always had, and just trying to expand it, you know, with the NBA, trying to learn every game. So trying to expand it, and, you know, every game is a new one for me. So the rookie season's been all about growing, so just trying to continue to grow.
What is that like as a rookie, trying to see personal development, but also then play to your strengths as you're just trying to find your way in the NBA?
It's been easy with my teammates. Just they do a great job leading me. My coaches do a great job instilling confidence in me, and, you know, always picking me up when I make mistakes. You know, as a rookie, I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, but I'm just blessed to have teammates and coaches that are always there for me.
It's been impressive to see you perform at this level every single night. Last one for you, Kobe. What does this group need to do tomorrow in Detroit to sweep the Pistons?
Just come back, you know, with the same energy we had today. You know, punch first. You know, back-to-back's always hard, but, you know, I feel like we have the momentum. We just played a good game tonight, so just can carry the momentum from tonight.
All right, thanks so much. Appreciate you. Talk to you tomorrow.
Go Clips.
Go Clips. Clippers get a win against the Brooklyn Nets, 121-105. Kobe Sanders. We're gonna have to maybe get him a contract with the way he's coming on the radio time and time again. The Clippers have won 8 of their last 10. And they got Detroit tomorrow night on the road at Little Caesars Arena. But it will be a big matchup against one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Well, for Paul Schreier, our engineer tonight here at Barclays Center, Andrew Davis, our statistician, Daniel West, our producer, back in Burbank with the one and only Adam Oslin, who's got you all night long if you want. The Clippers come away with a win, 121-105. They take down the Brooklyn Nets and improve to 14-23 on the season. The Clippers are 8-2 in their last 10 games. We will talk to you in a few. Adam Oslin's going to take over from here. Clippers get a win in Brooklyn, and they have won 4 straight against the Nets. Final score, 121-105.
All right.
I need better.
So we'll stay for one more segment.
Zoo was bad. He also made some really good passes to John Collins, and I'm starting to see that development there with the two-man game. Everybody said that the only reason John Collins was playing well was because Brook Lopez was starting. Well, he's continued to play well next to Ivica Zubac. The real John Collins is here. Shout out Jordan Miller. Great game. Just shy of his career high. Jordan Miller with 21 on 9 of 13 shooting. The bench had 34 points. That is a huge number for this bench. And when you have injuries, it gives somebody else an opportunity. And Jordan Miller has taken advantage. He was good against Golden State. He only had 9 points, but he was good. He was very good tonight. 3-level scoring from him. Kawhi was outstanding to start that fourth quarter. Otherwise, Brooklyn, who knows? Maybe they come back. So it was just a 15-point game heading into the fourth. The Clippers must have had 10 chances to extend this thing out to 25, 30 points, and they couldn't do it. Yeah, Zoo was not very good in this game. I still think he had some nice passes to John Collins, but he's got to be much better. Zoo was very good last game, but he was bad tonight. A lot of this turnaround for the Clippers is Kawhi Heater, John Collins getting back to where he was the last 2 seasons. Kawhi looked great coming off the ankle sprain. 26 points in just 28 minutes. Did a lot of that scoring in the fourth quarter. In fact, Kawhi had half of his points in the fourth quarter, guys.
Get tickets now for NBA Crossover. The Ruffles NBA All-Star Celebrity.
The bench was good. The bench showed up. Jordan Miller was a big part of that. Kobe Sanders, those multiple offensive rebounds at the end to then find John Collins for the three-pointer in the far side corner. That was great. James Harden had 31 points in the first 3 quarters, by the way. Harden was elite. My player to watch.
Yeah.
This is Clippers Locker Room. Your
If you didn't know.
look at the LA Clippers. On the LA
Clippers eventually put the Nets away with a 121-105 victory in Brooklyn. Welcome into your post-game show. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we'll get to your phone calls on Clippers Talk, 866-987-2570, plus second half highlights. But first, back out to Barclays and back out to Carlo Jimenez. Well, Carlo, they probably had 10 opportunities in this game to open it up to 25, 30 points. They couldn't do that. Credit the Brooklyn Nets. But this Clippers team eventually did what they had to do, which is keep Kawhi under 30 minutes and get your starters out in the last few minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just hope this wasn't a game where anybody's playing really over 30 minutes. Now, James Harden was the lone Clipper to play over 30 minutes. He had 35 minutes in this game, did finish with 31 points on just 13 shots to go along with 6 assists. But for the Clippers, if you keep everyone else under 30 minutes besides your workhorse in the Beard, I think that's a victory. You're able to control most of the tempo of this game. They shot excellently from the field, over 58% from 3 and from the field as the Clippers continue their excellent shooting performance. They've just been one of the best teams in the NBA at knocking down shots these last 10 games. And I thought overall, Adam, I mean, their defense for the most part, if you take out the 7 made threes Brooklyn made, really at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, they had excellent defense all throughout the game. Just weren't able to go on that final run. They were up 15. They were up 19. They were up 18. It was like, all right, you're a 7-0 run away to just close the game out. And then Brooklyn would hit a 3. Dioiman hits a 3. Porter Jr. hits a 3. Clowney hit multiple 3s. Clowney's not a great 3-point shooter statistically, but he continued to knock down big-time shots for the Brooklyn Nets. And so the Clippers, they live with those made 3s by Brooklyn. You eventually come away with a victory at the end of the day, and that is what matters. The Clippers got the win. They hold Brooklyn to under 30 points in all 4 quarters and just 105 points on the night.
And a big number in the box score. While the Clippers had more turnovers, was 16 to Brooklyn's 12. The Clippers turned those 12 turnovers by Brooklyn into 23 points in the game.
Woo, talk about turning defense to offense. That's impressive stuff by the Clippers because that's part of their offense, Adam. And we talked about it so much last year. And now in these last 10 games, we talked about it a lot this year. The Clippers doing a fantastic job of finding ways to slow down their opponent on the defensive end and then turn that into offense on the other end. Really impressive by the Clippers. A true wire-to-wire victory. They never trailed in this game, and it started on the defensive end. I thought the effort from everybody was really strong on that side of the ball. The Clippers got another good set of offensive rebounds from Ivica Zubac. John Collins' activity on offense was impressive early, and then Kawhi Leonard. I mean, everything he touches turns to gold. A plus 19 in this game for the Clippers. In a game they win by 16. He was uber impressive. Harden really setting the tone early for this Clippers team. It was a good business-like win. Yes, they didn't blow the Brooklyn Nets out, but they never allowed it to be within jeopardy, really. It was a clean, confident win by this Clipper team, which is what the standard has to be, right? If the Clippers, as you talked about, they can't take anyone lightly with the way they started. If you start 6-21, you have to take every opponent with seriousness down the stretch, and they did that tonight, a business-like approach. And since Ty Lue said we're hitting the restart, they're 8-2.
And this Clippers team, you mentioned their two top guys. It was James Harden getting things started with 15 points in that first quarter. And then Kawhi had half of his 26 points in the fourth quarter. So they started fast. They closed strong. They got very good performances from John Collins in this one. I thought Jordan Miller was outstanding off the bench.
Yeah.
And overall, the Clippers bench getting 34 points is huge. But Jordan Miller with 21 of those, Carlo.
He was huge in this game. And Ty Lue has done a great job of just finding ways to help him have success, and he's knocking down shots. I think he started the game 6 for 6 from the field at him, finished the game on impressive 9 of 13. I mean, to have 21 points in just 27 minutes was super impressive from him, knocking down 3 threes. He looks very comfortable. He looks in control. And now, like, the Clippers have these young guys off the bench in Jordan Miller and Kobe Sanders, and sometimes you can get Kobe Brown in that mix. Nico Batum sometimes is that guy, but they have enough scoring off the bench that somebody's going to have a good game. And just any bench help for this star-studded group goes a long way for the Clippers, especially Adam when you're missing Bogdan Bogdanovic and Derrick Jones Jr.
I really like the highlight you had with Kobe Sanders getting multiple second chance opportunities for the Clippers and eventually finding John Collins for that three-pointer. That was really the kill shot where the Clippers eventually got to that timeout and took their starters out. John Collins also had their first bucket of the ball game. So bookended this one with some big ones here as the Clippers win in Brooklyn 121-105 over the Nets. Carlo, we'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. Clippers in Detroit, where they're looking for revenge against Kawhi, who dropped 55 against them back at Intuit Dome a few weeks ago. Tip off at 4:30 from Motown. We'll have your pregame show starting at 3:30. Great call. We'll talk to you then, my friend.
Adam, don't have too many 5-hour energies tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I may be drinking something else with this Duck score, but appreciate you, my friend. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow, Adam. Let's go.
Coming up next, second half highlights. Clippers eventually win 121-105 over the Brooklyn Nets. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to your Clippers postgame show right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. You know what? While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. We got it. It's coming, I swear. You gotta hit that. I'll take the L there. I fumbled like Dante Moore because I had Daniel doing way too much, which is the usual. Thank you, Daniel. Clippers win 121-105. More post game next. I'm Adam Osland. This is your Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
You got it. Enjoy the trip. All righty.
How can I defend Zoo? Well, I don't defend these games. When I look at his body of work, and I don't go off of one game to prove one way or another if Zoo is a good player. They had a plus 12 last year when he was on the court, net rating wise. I know it hasn't been as good. They've also only recently turned it around. And they're now 2-1 with him in the back in the starting lineup. I mean, they were getting some wins when Brook Lopez wasn't putting up great numbers, but they still got the win, and everybody said, who cares? They're just winning. Who cares about the numbers? Now y'all care about the box score of the Vita Zubats, even though they win? You can't have it both ways. Zoo was bad in this game. I'll admit it. He also had some nice passes, though, John Collins, which I am encouraged by. He just had 22 and 11 or 12 against the Knicks and was maybe their best player last game too, by the way. So no, I don't just go off of one game or 25 games. I have seen 400 games with Zoo in a Clippers uniform, and I watched him with the Lakers before that. I'm disappointed overall with the team not putting them away earlier when they had chances, but Kawhi still didn't have to play 30 minutes. Hopefully that means he can go tomorrow against Detroit. James Harden got a lot of rest.
Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. Team bobbleheads that look nothing like the player they're emulating.
Yeah, you guys don't acknowledge that Zoo was good last game.
Life-size wall sticker of your
Now you acknowledge that he's bad this game. It's like you got to acknowledge both. I said he was good last game. I said he was bad this game. That's honest. Where do you want to go with second half?
Oh, sorry. Jordan
Kawhi.
Miller, third quarter, and Kawhi fourth.
This is the Los Angeles Clippers. Heard exclusively on the LA Clippers Audio Network.
Clippers win in Brooklyn, 121-105. I'm Adam Osland. This is your Clippers post-game show. Coming up, we'll get to your phone calls. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clippers led by 16 at the half, whereas up by as many as 22 in the first half, in the first 24 minutes, but we're up 63-47 heading into that third quarter. And once again, giving them a spark, a guy who really gave the bench a lift in this one, who had 9 points in the first half. He kept it going in the third. That would be Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller with 5 more points in that third quarter. Clippers led 91-76 by 15. They went -1 in the third quarter. But Kawhi Leonard looked healthy coming off that turn right ankle, which goes back to the foot that kept him out for 10 games earlier this season. Turned it in New York on Wednesday, backing up on a made jumper midway through the third quarter and rolled it on top of a fan's foot in the first row. He came back and really was their best player closing this game out late.
Shots look easy. Clippers are running. Kawhi crosses to his left hand, gets to the rim, gets fouled, scoops it in with a left hand, and they'll count it. Oh, Kawhi.
Kawhi went 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter, had 13 points entering the period, had 13 points in about 8 minutes in that fourth quarter, got to 26 for the game, 9 of 15 overall from the field, 4 of 7 from the outside. He hit a disgustingly tough three-pointer. You heard there from Carlo Jimenez, off the bounce, far side corner, double team, doesn't matter, which is why you got to work through some of those games where he's working on evolving his game and he'll have an 0 for 8 night from 3, but then it leads to shots like that, an overall 4 of 7 from 3 in this one. John Collins eventually hit a three-pointer, which got the Clippers starters out around the 2:30 mark of the fourth quarter, and they would go on to win 121-105 over the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. Final box score is next. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Kawhi had some nasty shots. The only problem is Kawhi did look like after he got an and one scoop layup that he may have tweaked his ankle again. He may have stepped on an opponent's ankle again, which I couldn't stand to see. But Kawhi was cooking in that fourth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, anytime more.
But Kawhi was incredible in that fourth quarter.
Spot that I've taken it to, it's where Colorado and Wyoming and Utah touch. It's a blue ribbon river, which means the flight vision is incredible.
From suspension upgrades to roof racks, modify your Toyota truck.
I'm very happy the Clippers got the win. I wish they put them away earlier just because they have a game tomorrow in Detroit, and it's going to be very difficult because the Pistons are going to be hyped. They're going to be upset. They're going to be trying to show that loss to Kawhi when he put up 55 on them and into a dome, that's not them. Yes, that three in the corner from Kawhi on the double team off the bounce was insane. XDB888.
as the official ticket marketplace.
The degree of difficulty on that shot was special. I thought John Collins was so awesome as he has been the last 10 games now where the Clippers are 8-2. Kawhi going on a heater. John Collins stepping up. That's really been the difference during this win streak. John Collins playing like John Collins. He looks much more comfortable out there. Ivica Zubac is throwing him lobs. That two-man game is working.
Tickets at Ticketmaster today.
We'll talk about spacing. That's how you get spacing.
Able to say you were there. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. Grab them before they're gone. Ticketmaster.com.
Clippers put away the Brooklyn Nets eventually. 121-105 was the final in a game where the Clippers led by as many as 23. We thought they had multiple chances to open it up to 25-30 and maybe rest the starters more in the fourth quarter. That didn't happen, but at least Kawhi Leonard ended up getting under 30 minutes. He played 28 and had 26 points on 9 of 15 shooting as he went off in that fourth quarter. A couple of and ones, a tough three-pointer. Kawhi was 4 of 5 with 13 points in the fourth quarter alone. Overall, the Clippers shoot 59% from the field, 14 of 24 from three in the game, holding Brooklyn at 40% from the floor, 15 of 47 from three, and they hit some during garbage time at the very end that upped their percentages on both those there. So Clippers offense and defense was good, but Brooklyn kept just hanging around. You weren't quite comfortable. Kept them at arm's bay. Stayed up double digits, but couldn't get to that point where it turned into a blowout where the Clippers starters could completely rest as James Harden still had to play 35 minutes. My player to watch, James Harden, had all 31 of his points in the first three quarters. He had 22 at the half, 15 points in the first quarter, 10 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from distance. Want to remind Brooklyn fans what they're missing. Did have 6 turnovers, though, to 6 assists. And the Clippers had 5 turnovers in the first 3.5 minutes of that third quarter, where it looked like unserious, playing with your food type of basketball out there. That shouldn't have happened. They were up by 16 at the half. They had a chance there to turn it up, finish them in the third quarter. Credit the Brooklyn Nets. They continued to fight, but I still felt like the Clippers had some missed opportunities to get their starters more rest with the game in Detroit tomorrow. Still, I mentioned Kawhi with the 26. John Collins had 16, but I mean, every point was so impactful from him, including that three-pointer at the end to eventually have Brooklyn waving the white flag. John Collins, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from the outside, playing with force at the rim. He had a couple of his biggest throwdowns as a Clipper in this game easily. Off the bench, Jordan Miller, spectacular, 9 of 13, 21 points, 3 of 4 from the outside. Also hit one late in the ball game, helped keep the Clippers, or keep the Brooklyn Nets, I should say, behind double digits on the Clippers. Jordan Miller, this was his best game of the season. And while you never want to see anyone hurt, when DJ goes down, you knew somebody else would get extra minutes out there. I did that show talking about no Derrick Jones Jr. I said Jordan Miller's going to play more minutes. He played 27, had 21 points. I thought Kobe Sanders, even though he was 2 of 7, made some really nice plays out there still. He had multiple offensive rebounds to get John Collins that three-pointer at the end. He also had a really tough bucket in the mid-range where he attacked a closeout. His man played it well, and then he backed up far side mid-post for a tough fall away. The way Kobe Sanders can create his own shot in the mid-range, yeah, keep an eye out for that. That has legs. That is meaningful from a young player like this in his rookie year, creating for himself out there. I thought Brook Lopez played a good game, just had 3 points, but 5 boards, 3 assists, a couple of blocks at the rim, played hard out there. He was also going up against his former team and maybe had a little bit more involved in this game because he's going up against his former employer. That and one he had in transition. Like, how often do you see him get a 2-point shot? And how often do you see him in transition and then get an and one out of it? A little bit of revenge on his former team in the Brooklyn Nets. Clippers win 121-105 over Brooklyn. Clippers next game coming up tomorrow. They're in Detroit, taking on the Pistons. Tip off at 4:30, pregame show at 3:30. outside of Los Angeles, leaving you until then in LA. Don't go anywhere. It's Clippers Talk next. Brooke did play a good game.
This has been LA Clippers locker room.
I'm going to talk about the Pablo Torre thing a little bit in the post game coming up here, guys. I have one thing I want to say about it.
Don't miss the Clippers basketball all season long right here on the LA.
Did you see him with Nick Wright a couple weeks ago?
I thought Nick Wright got him.
He bodied him.
I thought he got him pretty good. But then I saw the story that he told about his reporting on the Adrian Peterson story. He may not have been first there. I didn't see it, how that finished because Pablo went after him again.
Yeah, I think Nick was basically saying like, I had the goods, and why would they turn around and be like, yeah, absolutely, we changed the jury or whatever. Like he has a pretty good receipt. I'll be right back.
I completely agree with this, Malcolm, saying I like Zoo too, but he didn't have his best game tonight. I think Lou saw that and he played Brooke a little bit more. Yeah, the stint that Brooke Lopez came in around the 6-minute mark of the third quarter till the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, he got some extended run there because Ivica Zubac wasn't playing that well. Now, he still threw a lob out of the short roll that was pretty to John Collins again. And he had some really nice passes in this game, Zoo, but it wasn't a good game by any stretch. But I don't want to do this whole Brooke versus Zoo thing. Zoo's the starter.
First marathon. Hello? Believe where I am.
I don't want to live in this world every night where it's one versus the other. I like them both. I just know Ivica Zubac, with the season that he's coming off of, that's still there. That player is still there. We saw it against Houston this season. We saw it against Evan Mobley this season. He was great against New York last time out. He had a bad game tonight. I didn't like his energy or his body language at times. Zubac. You know how many teams would like Malik Monk? Fortunately, it cost you a lot. But I don't want to hear the same people that would cover for Brooke Lopez when he had bad games and bad stats, but the Clippers still won. So they said, well, it doesn't matter. They won the game. It doesn't matter about the stats. Well, now you're going to do the same thing with Zubac? His stats were bad, but they still won. So that's all that matters, right? Keep it a buck. Keep that same energy. Clippers win eventually. 121 to 105 in Brooklyn over the Nets. I'm not trying to be overly harsh. I just said the other day, this team, they're not exactly going for style points right now. They're 14 and 23. But there was a missed opportunity in my mind. You're up 22 in the first half. They couldn't get it to 30. You're up big in the second half. They couldn't get it to 30. And a lot of the starters still had to play till the 2.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter when they have a game in Detroit tomorrow against the Pistons. Welcome into Clippers Talk. Really felt like end of that third quarter, Clippers again had a chance to extend the lead. Instead, Brooklyn had it down to 15 points. Credit them. They hit some timely shots, but the Clippers had 16 turnovers in this game. Now, it only led to 17 points. Brooklyn had only 12 turnovers, and the Clippers got 23 points off of that. But the 5 turnovers to start the second half by the Clippers within 3.5 minutes was gross. You got to be better than that. It was just bad process. Be better. There were some guys who had really good games. Jordan Miller, John Collins, Kawhi Leonard got there with his 13 points in the fourth quarter. James Harden had 31, but did have 6 turnovers. But, I mean, he had 15 points in the first quarter. The Clippers started this game fast, and I thought they really could blow it open. Collins hit a 3-pointer to start, John Collins. Then he gets a bucket in the lane. Then a zoo pass to him. He had 7 points quickly in that first quarter. James Harden had a flip shot. It was 10-2. Kawhi Leonard hit a 3-pointer. They're up 18-5. They are rolling. They got up big early, and yet it was just a 10-point lead heading into the second quarter. They get up big again. Nico hits a three-pointer. Jordan Miller layup. Clippers up 17. Lopez steal and one. Clippers up 20. Kawhi between the legs to Nico Batum for a three-pointer. Kawhi went behind his back and then had this whip pass to Nico in the near side corner. They actually ended up calling it a 2. Just a spectacular play early in the second quarter. But while they led by 22 after some Harden free throws, eventually it was down to just a 16-point lead at the half. You have to have more killer instinct than that. Killer instinct. Pretty good copy of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. One-on-one fighting game back in the day. Had some crazy 3D cutscene graphics. And a guy who had more blades than Freddy Krueger. But the Clippers needed some of that killer instinct. And I wish I had seen more of it. You got the win. It's fine. If they had a day off tomorrow, you wouldn't hear a peep out of me. They're in Detroit. And Kawhi's coming off an injury. And so is James Harden. And while Kawhi only had to play 28 minutes, they had an opportunity to hold him out and not even have him play in the fourth quarter. James Harden had to come back in still. He got up to 35 minutes. They should have put foot to throat with the Brooklyn Nets tonight. They didn't. Hey, they win tomorrow against Detroit. No issue. I'll say it didn't matter. Who cares? But how you win one game can't affect another. With process, with how you play, and then just also from a rest standpoint, if you can run a team out of the gym on the front end of a back-to-back, that gives you a better opportunity the next day, especially against high-quality competition with the best team in the Eastern Conference right now. That's where Detroit's at. Top record in the East. So, yeah, I'm going to hold the Clippers to a little bit higher of a standard because the opportunity was there to run away with this. They still get the victory. The final score, it still looks like they dominated enough, but you look at some of the minutes. Kawhi almost played 30. And they needed all 13 points from him in that fourth quarter. I didn't think this game would take a Kawhi takeover in the fourth. It was pretty. First, he had that pump fake on Cam Thomas to get to the free throw line. Now he's in rhythm. He had a bucket on a little up and under layup, a Kawhi and one on Sharp on the right elbow. Made it 99-82. And then that tough corner three off the bounce, far side corner, double team. That is the evolution of Kawhi Leonard. That type of shot is what he's been working on because you can't guard that. You can't defend that. And then he had another and one on a scoop layup, I think it was. And I thought to myself, and I think he got to point 12 and 13 here. Or 11 and 12, and then hit the free throw to get to points 13 in the fourth quarter. But right after that, he grimaced. He stepped on the defender's foot backing up afterwards, it looked like. I think it was the right foot. And Kawhi eventually stayed in the ball game but came out. I hope he's good. I said the same thing after the game against New York, and he was questionable coming into this game after stepping on a fan's foot. You can't catch a break right now. It's been like that. Hopefully he's okay for tomorrow. But I thought to myself, the fact that Kawhi Leonard is in this game when it could have been over, if he gets hurt in this game that they should have put away a while ago, late, I'm going to lose it. Like the way my Ducks are losing it. Getting blown out. I'm already frustrated. I didn't think Kawhi needed to be in the game still. But the Clippers could not put them away. It took far too long. They were up 109-86 at the 5:32 mark. Back-to-back threes by Brooklyn. Now it's a 17-point game. It's just credit to them for hitting some of those shots when they needed to stay within striking distance, I guess. but it was the 226 mark where you could finally take a sigh of relief. Clippers up 118-98. They took everybody out. And they go on to win 121-105 over the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. Let's go to Morris in Inglewood. Morris, what's up? You're on Clippers Talk with Adam Austin.
Hey, Adam, check this out. I'm looking at the standings, right? It looks like you're going to be able to get into the playoffs with a losing record. Am I correct about that?
Play-in. Yes, you could get into the play-in with a losing record. That's very possible. It happened last year, I think, with 2 teams.
Okay, I think that's going to happen this year. And I'm going to share something with you. When the season first started, it looked like the Clippers were not going to win 10 games the whole year. And then they got themselves a rhythm. They've got themselves, and they beat the best. They beat the best. So you know they've got a minute. I don't know if I can advertise or advocate for another player. Just keep on developing the guys you got. I like the way Sanders is developing. And you're right, Miller was a surprise, but it's about consistency. But I really think they're going to do something this year. If you can get in with a losing record, Kawhi stays healthy. The bearded one stays healthy, and I got to give a shout out to the coach, man, because it looked like he was calling for his head early in the year. Now he ain't going nowhere. But I think they're going to surprise us. We need some surprise this year. I think the Clippers are going to give it to us, and praise God they can get in with a losing record. Because normally, if you got a losing record, if you're not over 500, let it go. But they can do something even with a losing record. Because in sports, that you need to calm down, Adam. How many times have you seen a team get out 20 points, 25 points, whatever, and next thing you know, you come back in the middle of the fourth quarter, it's tied. I mean, in the NBA, there's no giving. I don't care what the record is on that level. There is no giving until the final buzzer. So, give Brooklyn some credit, give some credit. And I'm listening to you. You're upset the Clippers are up by 17. It's in them. I think they're going to do something this year. They're going to surprise everybody. And we'll see what happens tomorrow in Detroit. Now, Detroit got a bad taste in their mouth, so we'll see what happens. Okay, Adam? And thanks for taking the call.
Behave yourself. That's what he usually says to me at the end, Morris. I hadn't heard from him in a while. Yes, it was 2 teams in the Western Conference that got into the play-in with losing records last season. Sacramento 40-42, Dallas 39-43. So it's possible. Clippers are trying to get in with a winning record. They have won 8 of 10. They win in Brooklyn. I'm not trying to be overly critical. I just know how good Detroit is, and you want to go 2-1 on this road trip. It's going to be tough tomorrow, especially because guys had to play heavier minutes than I think was necessary in this game. Clippers still win 121-105 in Brooklyn over the Nets. Quick timeout. We'll come back. More of your phone calls. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network and AM 570 LA Sports.
Clippers fans, watching from the couch is fine, but the real show.
Yeah, if Cade doesn't play, I know he's questionable.
Be there to catch all the sights, sounds, and sounds in person. Ticketmaster's got you covered as the official ticket.
That would help.
Of the LA Clippers and the
But I want everybody at their best.
Has tickets available to every game. Even if you're making a last-minute decision, Ticketmaster's got you covered. And when you're in the building, you don't just see the highlights, you feel them. That no-look pass, that crowd gas, that dunk that rattles the rim and shakes the arena, that buzzer beater.
They got the W,
on their feet. And even
but I want to get greedy. They're 14.
So throw on your jersey, grab your crew,
and 23.
Ticketmaster today.
Shouldn't we get greedy?
Being able to say
if you have a chance to blow a team out, blow that team out. That's all I'm saying.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Before they're gone, Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. And we'll see.
All right, Arthur, hang tight, man.
LA.
Would Light present to chill or not to chill when your friends get your favorite song on the playlist and the friendship, or Choose chill because that lives rent free in your head anyway. And we planned ahead with bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of the ice cold can cracking open with music in your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate.
No shit. Every season is different, sports guru. Thank you. Is that why they call you the sports guru?
Whoa, what was this? Hold on, what happened over here?
Clippers Audio Network.
Some of these people in the chat, I wish they had that smoke when they called in. 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. Keep that same energy. Clippers win 121-105 over the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. I'm Adam Moslin. Coming up, we're looking for post-game audio from Coach Lou, but we got our friend Jamil calling in from Pasadena. Jamil, what's up?
My light-skinned brother from another mother. How you doing, Adam?
I'm good. Are you a little bit unsatisfied? I know they won, but we know Detroit is next, and the Clippers had so many chances to close this game out early.
I agree with you. Well, real quick, I want to take this time. I reviewed this video, and I want to apologize to you as a man. I disrespected you the other day. I kept coming at you foul. I didn't listen to comprehend. I listened to talk. You made good points. You was exactly right. And I apologize about that. So,
my guy, I had no animosity towards you after that conversation. I thought it was a good convo. Honestly, you made me a smarter fan. I appreciate your basketball knowledge. So I need you calling in.
Well, I appreciate that, Adam. And I agree with you on that, brother. Like, the process was kind of, I was doing the same thing he was doing. Like, we could have put them away in the second quarter the way we was leading the game. And I don't understand, like, with Kawhi on the floor, it's like this team just doesn't have an identity unless James Harden goes otherworldly. And it's like, we need second chance shots. We're not getting the boards. We're not crashing the boards. We're not getting back on defense. We're not picking up the man. We're not matching up. Dudes ain't passing no trust in the pass. It's like, we should have, like you said, we should have put them away to where Kawhi and them should only play 20 minutes because we got to play Brooklyn tomorrow. We still got to travel and fly to Michigan.
Detroit, yeah. The Pistons are the best team in the Eastern Conference. You can't overlook Brooklyn going in. But once you smell blood in the water, you got to take them out. And they didn't.
Like Jaws. Take them right down and death row and whatever you got to do and lock them out to where we could have seen a Giannis get some run. We could have seen the extended run of Kobe Brown to where we let those guys get the run to where we saved the older legs. Like you said, tomorrow we got a team with a chip on their shoulder. Kawhi had a career high against them, and they out for blood. Like, they don't want to keep losing to us, a team that's not even a winning team yet, even though we have the players. The record shows otherwise,
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know. It was right there for the taking. Early in this game, they're up 22.
Yeah.
You could smell it.
Man,
the victory was right there.
The second chance effort, Adam, I think that was what killed us today. It was they got so many second chance shots and opportunities, and it was like, whoa.
That's a good point.
Like,
I didn't like those extra opportunities they got. In fact, in this game, they ended up with 23 second chance. No, 19? No. They had 19 offensive rebounds leading to 23 second chance points. So good point by you, Jamil.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's effort. A lot of that's effort.
Yes. That's all. Defense and rebounding and those effort plays, that's like effort and the willingness to do it. When you play, you have to be willing to take that matchup on the boards, match up with whoever you are, even if you're on the sides, just boxing someone out, that cuts the big man in half. If you box him out the proper way, he won't be able to lift. You'll get the rebound every time, or at least get the chance to, carry the ball to a player on your team, or at least get it to where you don't have a 100% chance of scoring because they dunking the ball right back. One guy gets the ball, crashes and get it. Terrence Mann had, I don't know how many rebounds on the offensive end. It's like, we have to work on that. And to add on to what you said last time, I feel that Kawhi and them going to be shooting this much threes. Ty should at least try to kill the 4 and the 5 matchup. Nobody really can match with Zoo when he's hot, and just like John Collins. And they should put a Giannis in there with him and Brooke Lopez when they go with the second string. So that way we have some boards, we have a way to crash the board, or at least a way to combat those fast break, run outs and those quick little second chance shots they get because there's only one guy down there defending against three. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. They're going to have to be way more in tune, and the attention to detail is going to have to be very high tomorrow. Not going to be easy.
Yes, very high.
We'll see if Cade Cunningham plays, by the way. That's a big part of this. All right.
He got hurt?
Yeah, he's questionable. My guess is he plays. We'll see. Jamil, anything else?
I don't want to rub it in, but I'm like, we had that rental with Dante Moore over to UCLA, so I hope you're enjoying what you got, right?
First of all, come on. One game is not going to define him. One game is not going to define him.
Yeah, I know.
But this was
Yeah,
bad. This was bad. You throw a pick six to start, and then you have one of the flukiest plays I've ever seen. How often does a quarterback fumble while trying to throw the football because his arm hits his running back? That's one of the craziest fumbles I've ever seen.
That's a good fumble, yeah. He's good though, but you have a good squad in Indiana. So come on, Adam, I wouldn't.
Indiana's winning it all. Indiana is winning it all. Jamil, I appreciate you, my friend.
Always, Adam. God bless you, brother. Take care of yourself.
All right, be good. Arthur in the LA. Arthur, what's up? You're on Clippers Stock.
Yeah. Indiana Hoosiers said this basketball school is winning in football. But I want to say two things made the game closer. The Brooklyn with offensive rebounds and the turnovers in the early part of the third quarter probably made it. Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. I'm upset too. Right? They should have won this game by 35 and had Kawhi play about 20 minutes, knowing who they have to play tomorrow night. Yeah, Detroit, I think they had the best record in the NBA, huh? Not just the East, huh?
Detroit, currently they are 28-9. Oklahoma City still has them beat. They have the second best record.
The second best record. Yeah. And that's pretty much I want to say again. Sorry about your Ducks, Adam.
Hey, look. There's 12 minutes left in this game, all right? There's 12 minutes left in this game. Ducks never quit. Yeah. Okay, it's over.
And you can mention the Carlo. You can mention the Carlo. Our 49ers going to win too. We're going to get the Eagles tomorrow.
Nah,
that's all I wanted to
if
say.
my team loses, I start rooting against everybody else's team. So I hope the 49ers lose. I'm sorry. I hope Carlo doesn't hear this.
I hope he does.
Arthur, thank you for the phone call. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clippers win 121-105 in Brooklyn over the Nets. Coming back, Coach Lou audio, maybe. Anyone post it? You know what? Law Murray's there. I know Law's got some quotes for me. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. More of your phone calls, 866-987-2570. Sports Guru, pull up. Don't be mad because I made fun of your handle. Oh, that's so disrespectful to make fun of my handle. It says Sports Guru. Meanwhile, you're trying to make it seem like I think every season is the same because I point out that last year, a couple of teams with losing records got into the play-in. So, yes, it could happen this year. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. More Clippers talk next. Turn AM 570 LA Sports.
F-150. You'll see hard. A great adventure.
Who else interacts with you guys like this all the time?
Inside and out. It's designed for the family.
The road trip. Sports Guru is going to get mad at me for making fun of his name because he totally twisted and mischaracterized my point, as he always does. Every point. You're not logical. You say something logical. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's about wins.
It's time to see forward in a new light. You there for this. The wins of Mars.
This is the Los Angeles
Freaking Ducks.
More touchdowns and incompletions in the playoffs is ludicrous.
Oh my God. They gonna put up 60?
Oh, is that empty?
I'm not blocking Sports Guru. Even though he twists everything I say. So I'm like, call in. Let's actually have a conversation. Because that would be much easier to communicate and add context. I get it. He's in the Cayman Islands, but he's called in before.
Tickets available to every game. Even if you're making a last-minute decision, Ticketmaster's got you covered. And when you're in the building, you don't just see the highlights, you feel them. That no-look pass that makes the crowd gasp, that dunk that rattles the rim and shakes.
I keep the chat on the side of the screen so everybody is seen here. Like, what do you want from me? I'm sorry, Mr. Perfect.
Lock in your tickets at Ticketmaster today because nothing beats being able to say you were there. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. Grab them before they're gone. Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. And we'll see you courtside, LA.
Streaming on the iHeartRadio app. This is the Los Angeles Clippers. Heard exclusively on the LA Clippers Audio Network.
Clippers win, but not by enough, so it could lead to a loss tomorrow. I guess that's my logic. You had a chance to blow a team out. You didn't. Brooklyn hung around. You had to play your starters more than you wanted to. Your top two guys are just coming back from injury. You'll take the victory, of course. Clippers are 14-23 on the season. You'll take them any way you can get them. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. The turnovers, the sloppiness there, giving up offensive rebounds, didn't love that, and just not putting the foot down and leaving the door open for so long against the Brooklyn Nets. Who, guys, granted, last 15 games, Brooklyn Nets, second best defense in the league. So for the Clippers to put up 121 on 60% shooting and 14 of 24 shooting from the outside, that's not nothing. You're going to write it off as Brooklyn? Brooklyn has been the second best defense the last 15 games. And you could go back further. You can go back to December 1st. Like, we're talking a month and a half. They have been elite defensively, and the Clippers just torched them. So I do want to give credit there. How'd they shoot 60% from three when Zubats was back? I thought the spacing was killed. Okay, sorry. Look, 121 is a big number. It is. And their offense was very good overall, but too many turnovers. Got to be better against Detroit. Detroit, they're ahead of schedule in the same way San Antonio is in some ways, where people thought they'd be good. Maybe they're a top 4 team this year in the East. They did not think they'd be leading at almost the halfway point of the season, the Eastern Conference. So congrats to them. And they're out for blood against the Clippers specifically because the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard beat them at Into a Dome, and Kawhi had 55 and took out the Thompson twins twice, or took each one of them out in the same week, which is kind of funny. Although it wasn't just the Thompson guys guarding him. Come on now. That's unfair. I don't do that stuff. No context. I do want to see the status of Cade Cunningham because I know he's questionable. So let's see the Pistons injury report here. Because if Cade can't go, obviously, I think he should be an MVP candidate. I think he should be way behind SGA and Jokic, although Jokic now, he might not even make the threshold of playing 65 games to qualify this year, unfortunately. Cunningham's got that wrist injury. He's still questionable for tomorrow. We shall see. Ooh, Jalen Duren is out, though, tomorrow with the ankle injury. Now, you want to see everybody at their best, but nobody feels sorry for you also when you have guys out. Nobody's ever felt sorry for the Clippers. When they have guys out, you have to take advantage of that. any edge you can get out there. So if they have guys missing, well, this is how you get back to 500. You get some wins you weren't expecting to have. And the Clippers have been getting some of those recently since they've won 8 of 10. Trade Kobe Brown for White? You think they're going to trade Kobe White for? Okay. That's an interesting take here. Yeah, Alex Webb pointed it out. The Pistons do have a lot of injuries going on. They are going to come back with a vengeance, though. The homie Chewy says. Chewy. Clean up the mistakes tomorrow. Less turnovers. And you can't give up 19 offensive rebounds leading to 23 second chance points. That's the difference in the game, really. That's the difference between you blowing them out and having to still have guys in the game with 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Because they shot 40% from the field. They shot 15 of 47 from 3, and even that got inflated towards the end with some three-pointers they made at the very end of the game. The Brooklyn Nets. If they don't have, they should have had 95 points, not 105. You can't give up. They should have had 90 points. You can't give up 23 second chance points. Clippers bench, though, I got to say, Jordan Miller scoring at all 3 levels the way he did. The confidence that he can build upon. And I think it started with the game against Golden State where he had 9 points. I think Jordan Miller, he still has a chance to be a productive role player for this team. Remember, he decided to stay with the Clippers when they cut him during Summer League. He stayed on the team. He played with them. He eventually got back on the team. I am rooting for Jordan Miller desperately because it's a great story. He's a great guy. 9 of 13 and 3 of 4 from 3. If he's hitting threes, look out, because he can still go left and get those layups. There was a nice pass inside to him early, I think in the fourth quarter, from Brook Lopez to him on the left block. He goes left. We know that's a problem in some ways where you don't want to be a lefty merchant, and the scouting report is out there. But also it's a strength of yours. You have to do it somewhat. But he scored at all 3 levels. He had a mid-range shot in the first half where he had 9 of his 21 points inside the left elbow. That was tough. Love seeing that. But him getting 3-pointers, and he's shot them well at times in the G League. He's capable. 21 points off the bench for a team that doesn't get a lot of bench production out there. I don't even know. What if they don't get those 21 from Jordan Miller? Do they end up losing this game? Honestly, he may have saved them tonight. And that also speaks to the fact that the Clippers, they have to put teams away because you can't always count on 21 from Jordan Miller. Like, their bench has gotten single-digit scoring at times this season off the bench. Like, it's been bad. They don't have enough pop there. They need that. Kobe Sanders had 5 points. He did some of the dirty work, though. The hustle plays, played good defense, multiple offensive rebounds on a play that John Collins ended up hitting a far side corner 3 on to put him away. But also he had his own little step back midi in the second half. That was tough. Man closed out on his 3-point shot in the far side corner, took him off the dribble. His man overcorrected with his defense, and Jordan Miller just stepped back and put up a mid-range shot. What did Coach Lou say the other day? It ain't got to be 3 and rim attacks by you. You're a good mid-range shooter. Take those. Like, the NBA, it is fine with guys who are actually good shooting the mid-range. The problem is the standard, because of the numbers and the efficiency numbers, has to be so high. Like, you got to shoot at least 45% from 10 to 16 feet out. Best in the league shoot above that. Like Kawhi, DeMar DeRozan, guys like that. But Clippers get the victory. I ain't going to complain too much. When we come back, we'll close things out. I'll talk a little bit about what Pablo Torre said today, and some things he said that I thought were concerning, and some things where I felt like he tripped over his own logic. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Talk after they win 121-105 in Brooklyn over the Nets. You're listening to AM 570 LA Sports. My Ducks going to get 60 on them? This is embarrassing. I knew there was a reason I forgot to put on my Ducks hat today.
Oh no.
My perfect day has sand, salt water.
Indiana's so good.
But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis continues.
Congratulations, Raiders.
Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Sky Risen.
They did that tanking for a reason.
Only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Sky Rizzi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free in 4 months. Sky Rizzi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Did you see any post-game audio from Coach Luke?
No. Even Law's account, he just had
increased infections or lower ability to fight them longer. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Sky Rizzi, there's
Not
nothing on
much.
my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizzi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Let's get back at it.
This is LA Clippers basketball. Right here on the LA Clippers Audio Network.
Yeah, your money. Oh, yeah. I'm running through these. I feel like Drano. I got that devil. Let's go rock and roll.
Clippers win in Brooklyn. Final score 121-105. Clippers over the Nets. Why couldn't they blow them out like Indiana did Oregon? Why couldn't they put the game away in the first half? I thought they had plenty of chances. And it's only concerning because they have a game in Detroit tomorrow, and their top 2 guys in Kawhi and James Harden are coming off of injuries. So a little bit earlier today, we got our 7th episode of Pablo Torre Finds Out. I thought Kurt Signetti was already in the crowd taking a picture with his wife for a second at first glance. Like, that's how bad it is for the Ducks. Like that. Okay, that's Fernando Mendoza's father. I honestly thought that was Signetti. I was like, that's the most disrespectful, but I do kind of respect it. Gangster move. 5 minutes left and you're up 56-15. So you just go into the crowd and start taking pictures as the head coach. Signetti would never do that. Earlier today, Pablo Torre Finds Out. Episode 7. Episode 7. Episode 7. Yeah, I didn't like Star Wars Episode 7, I'll tell you that. There was some stuff that he pointed to with his evidence that he showed the investigators, the law firm that is investigating the matter for the NBA, that is definitely concerning. That seems to show, allegedly, that the Clippers had a relationship with Aspiration that goes back further, and those guys to like 2018. We're talking Doc Rivers stuff, allegedly. There was other stuff, though, that I thought, like, Pablo, really? Clippers fans have been talking about the bobblehead with Kawhi Leonard that says Aspiration on it for, I don't know, 4 months. Whenever you did the first episode, I have that bobblehead at home. So let me get this straight. I'm just going to put it like this. Earlier, Pablo moved the goalpost around a little bit in this way. He said at first it was $28 million that Steve Ballmer put in, and Kawhi got that. And then he was like, oh, no, actually, Kawhi ended up getting $50 million. And look, there was another $20 million donated by Steve Ballmer. So that means, it's can't be a coincidence. The money's too close. This has got to be it, right? He's just siphoning money through Aspiration. And then he found more money that Steve Ballmer donated, allegedly. And now the money doesn't fit the amount that he's saying Kawhi got and the amount of money that Steve Ballmer put in. So first it was evidence because the money was so close that how can this be a coincidence? But then the money exceeded that from Ballmer's side. And now that point kind of falls a little bit flat for me. And then today, he's bringing this point up that Kawhi is connected to some of these guys from Aspiration going back a ways, and that there is a connection between Aspiration and the Clippers, and they are asking him to do things like sign 50 basketballs. So wait a second. What happened to it's a no-show contract? Kawhi's getting all this money and it's a no-show contract. So we're not going with that anymore. Now he actually was asked to do some things. They put aspiration on his bobblehead. So it's not a no-show contract anymore. We're just moving off of that as evidence. And now we're saying, but this is definitely the stuff that you have to believe. It seems like he's moving around a little bit with some of this stuff. Now, that doesn't mean the Clippers are innocent. I don't know. I don't know what the NBA is going to do. I could see that there's just enough smoke that they maybe say, oh, this is gross negligence or something, and we have to fine them or take away a pick, even though they never have the smoking gun or the hard evidence. I don't know what happens, but I didn't think today's show by Pablo was that illuminating or revelatory, because once again, it looks like he's flip-flopping a little bit. Before you said the money matched and then it didn't. And Pablo follows me on Twitter now after I did that show talking about that. You can see it in the live section where I thought he was off base there and missed something. And then today, now it is Kawhi doing things for aspiration, signing basketballs, aspiration on the bobblehead. Which is it? You said it was a no-show forever, a fake job. I'm not getting into any debates. That's probably an easy way for me to get fired with Pablo. And he's a smart guy. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't feel differently after today's episode. I felt like I had to touch upon it, though. I was surprised he put it out on Friday. Usually Friday is a news dump day. It's just worth mentioning. There was some stuff that was concerning in it. There was some other stuff that made me think that he's moving goalposts a little bit. But the NBA's investigation did interview him. At first, he said he hadn't been called by the law firm. Well, in November, he did go to their offices. So we'll see. Obviously, hoping for the truth and rooting for the truth to come out above anything else, regardless of where that lands. Clippers win 121-105 in Brooklyn over the Nets. Clippers run it back tomorrow in Detroit, taking on the Pistons. Tip-off 4:30, pregame show at 3:30. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization, Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez on the call, Daniel West, our producer, back here in the bank. Shout out Big Brother Jake Warner. Shout out Sports Guru. If I offended him by making fun of his name, Sports Guru, because he kept mischaracterizing everything I said, I apologize for that. Maybe I'll even hit him up on Twitter too. I love everybody. Just, the chat can be the chat, and that's fine. We'll do it all again tomorrow. I'm Adam Moslin. We'll talk to you then.